It's totally trippy.
That's trippy.
Okay, Chuck, so just for old time's sake, here I go. You ready? The Doppler effect. There you have it.
Hi, welcome into my channel. This channel is against the current view of the astronomy. I began with a noise that Neil deGrasse Tyson makes, like he says that this is the Doppler effect, or like this. So that's why he's making that noise, okay? This is how they are telling you. A car moves like, and you hear this. Like, this is an intuitive example for you, for they to demonstrate that the Doppler is correct. But it's false, okay? It's false. The Doppler is false. And you cannot calculate through the Doppler the distance of the stars, the age of the stars, and it is even false, okay? So let him, I let you hear him again, like Doppler effect.
It's totally trippy.
That's trippy.
Okay, Chuck, so just for old time's sake, here I go. You ready? The Doppler effect. There you have it.
It is like comic. It was put like in a I cut from a video. Okay, I don't have anything with these guys. We meet if he wants. We will meet, and I will be friendly. When these things will be found, I even say that nobody will take on these guys, like to take them jobs or things like this. It was hard for everybody to understand at this hour what I'm telling you, okay? But it is false nonetheless, the Doppler effect. So this is what I have to prove. That's why I brought my guitar, to prove the distances as the stars and that the universe is expanding, okay? So let me put insert from a video Starlink, and I don't have anything with these guys from YouTube. They are in my path of searching, so I search how to give you some examples, like, because I comment this science stuff, so that you see that they are saying this, and to have an opinion from another guy, and you find the official theory nonetheless. So he says you hear this.
The opposite is happening as it moves away. It moves away, there's a crest of sound that comes to you. The next crest is farther apart.
You know, you got a crest stretch.
You got a crest stretch. So it's shrinking up front and stretching out the back. And so that changes the frequency of the sound.
Right.
You get higher pitch coming towards you, lower pitch moving away from you. It has nothing to do with the distance from you. It only has to do with the speed.
Right.
So he's saying like in this he's comparing with radars. I believe that is not describing even correct how a radar work. Okay, so he says that the Andromeda galaxies move towards the blue, and I'm telling you this: why Hubble made on Andromeda the expansion of the universe.
It's totally trippy.
That's trippy.
Okay, Chuck, so just for old time's sake, here I go. You ready? The Doppler effect. There you have it. Right.
Yeah.
So that's why in the universe, we don't really call it a Doppler shift. We just call it the redshift.
The redshift. Gotcha.
And everything else is a Doppler shift. What's coming towards you, what's moving away. Right. And by the way, we're going to have a collision, a titanic collision with the Andromeda galaxy in 5 or 7 billion years from now. We are falling towards each other. We show a blue shift in our light towards each other. You might say, well, it's a galaxy. How come it's not expanding? How come it's not a redshift? It's close enough so that its speed falling towards us is greater than the expansion speed of the universe for being so close. Because the nearby things are not expanding as fast as the faraway things.
There you go. Right.
Why? So you are believing Hubble made the expansion on Andromeda, and between Hubble and actual day, they say that it blue shifts. so let you for a moment to see the equation like from a guy.
This reduces the number of equations required to analyze Doppler effect problems involving electromagnetic waves as compared to those for sound waves. When an electromagnetic wave, the source, and the observer all travel along the same line in a vacuum, then the observed frequency is given by the following. In this expression, FO is the observed frequency, and Fs is the frequency emitted by the source. The symbol VREL stands for the speed of the source and the observer relative to one another, and c is the speed of light in vacuum. The above expression applies only if V relative is very small compared to c, that is, if VREL is much, much less than c. Since VREL is the relative speed of the source and the observer, it is like any speed and has no algebraic sign associated with it to denote the direction. The direction of the relative motion is taken into account by choosing the plus or minus sign in the expression.
So after you watch that, that's the equation. It's stupid and crazy. Believe me or not, it's stupid and crazy. And now let me put you on a Neil deGrasse Tyson again with this sound.
It's totally trippy.
That's trippy.
Okay, Chuck, so just for old time's sake, here I go. You ready? The Doppler effect. There you have it. About
So listen.
It's totally trippy.
That's trippy.
Okay, Chuck, so just for old time's sake, here I go. You ready? The Doppler effect. There you have it.
So it is comically, okay? So first of all, he makes like few mistakes. When you control the pitch like this, the volume pitch is the volume pitch. So the volume drops, but it's the same note like this. You see, I cut the volume. I cut the volume of a note until 0. Okay, so you are hearing this Doppler effect from two causes. From the volume effect, and this is not a surprise. You are wondering why do you not hear me speaking from my country, from Europe. So the sound drops and it is absorbed. You can hear only. So that's why you hear a car like this. The sound drops, the volume, the volume. And the second part that they are saying that the relay shifts. This guy in that says how he puts a plus and minus sound if you approach a source and you go away from a source. So listen now. You have many tones. I already said this on my previous video. This is how the man speaks. The tone is like a fingerprint. Each one has a fingerprint. So now let me tell you like this. Do note, like let's see, this is mi note, and this is mi note on the guitar. This is the way how they are saying. You see, this is a tone, a mi tone and another mi tone. But you can have on flute, you can have a violin, and many instruments. So the tone behaves in many ways in a particular manner, like a fingerprint. So now you cannot pass from my fingerprint to another fingerprint of another human. You can only trick somebody that you can. You have the geometry on a paper and there's some like round shapes, and somehow you on computer screen you can make this. You can go from my fingerprint to another one, but you cannot do this. So the tone itself has a fingerprint. I wanted to tell you from my previous video with the tone that humans speak. So A tone, E tone, E tone, E, A tone, this is long tones, and these are sculpted by vocals, and so they are like flowers. Each human produces this tone with a fingerprint, So the tone that he wants to say that moves to the redshift like this has a fingerprint, and you destroy the fingerprint of the tone. So the flute in other way has a fingerprint put on the tone, on mid-tone. When you give the do note with a so in one way he is mistaken representing the wave like a tonality of volume, and in another way like you cannot change a fingerprint towards another.
It's totally trippy.
That's trippy.
Okay, Chuck, so just for old time's sake, here I go. You ready? The Doppler effect. There you have it.
So the redshift is false, and I'm telling you is like this. Between you and a car there is a wave. So you can understand this like exactly this string, a quantity, you see? And when a car moves, diminishes the string like this. You see? But this another tone makes different way. Look. You see? So now you have these tones, you see? And so why he does like that? Between you and the car, imagine there's this like chord, and he moves towards you and away from you. But how many billion years pass from here to here?
The Doppler shift of galaxies in the expanding universe
Right.
is all what we say redshifted to longer wavelengths.
Right,
Okay.
right.
And that term has stuck, even though if it's giving you red light, it'll shift away from red into infrared. So it's the catch basin for any wavelength that has been increased. And since the farther away you are, the faster you are moving away from us, we were able to use your redshift not only as a measure of how fast you're moving, but how far away you are. We also got, it's synonymous one-to-one correspondence, almost perfect one-to-one correspondence with distance. So that's it. It's an extra dose of so in other words, if the galaxy were moving away from us in the expanding universe, both of those effects would combine with each other. Yeah.
Which is, that makes sense.
So if you have a way of putting the light like this in tones and things like this, you understand that in many ways you cannot pass from one tone to another. So I showed to you the equation, but I'm telling you that it's stupid and crazy. And they are tricked between mathematics they do not understand, between the sensor that they take the light at the stars, and between the real stuff. And the real stuff, it is changes because there is an actual real chord between you and a car. This what is meaning. The car, it is here and it goes away. You see? And the sound diminishes, and the car is here and approaches you. And the sound diminishes. Like with distance, okay, with the volume. So, but how many billion years pass between here and here? And the light is similar. The light has tones. You imagine this do tone, mi tone, and you have it on flute, you have it on piano, you have it. Each one has its own fingerprint. You cannot pass through this from this fingerprint of guitar fingerprints. There's also, even though there's do note. And there is a do note, and you are tricking yourself because you can write like mathematics, the music, do re mi fa, but as the particular tone on the piano you cannot pass from the guitar, in a flute and a piano. So there's the fingerprint of the tone. The second way they are mistaken by believing that the waves are like stupid sinus cosinus waves like this, but the wave has a geometry. Always. not in the fingerprint of the tone, like A, E. This is, I told you in my previous note, like in radio transmission. So if you copy the audio sound in a light sound, this means the light has capacity for all the tones on the voice. But I have the voice and I control the tones, but then I do not pass from one to another. I must have the obligativity to have the chords. I cannot pass from this chord in this one even. And it's the same instrument. But how stupid it is for me to say that I pass from this note in the flute note. And this is how simple and crazy they were. By identifying the wave like with this, and they are believing that it's stretching, it makes like this.
It's totally trippy.
That's trippy.
Okay, Chuck, so just for old time's sake, here I go. You ready? The Doppler effect. There you have it.
So this is the only proof that they are having, and it's false. The light has a tonality and a fingerprint of tonality by me. So another flower emitting another fingerprint of red, and you cannot pass from one towards another. Look like two reds, different types of reds, the fingerprint, and you cannot pass even from one fingerprint towards another. So the simple representation, like a sinus cosine wave in water, this is what they are tricking themselves. And the sound that he makes is wrong because it is a pitch, volume pitch. Is a volume pitch, okay? But and this is controlling the wave. You see, like this, and like in cursive manner, like legato in music. You see, you see, like this. And I'm telling you, how many billion years pass from here to here? And they are lying to you. Big time is the actual current day science. So do you believe that from a note of color note towards another color note there's a billion years? Let's suppose now that we'll make like this, because from some reasoning you could understand this is a light core connection between a point and another point. But can you infer billions of years distance? Can we infer, you understand? So I'm telling you, the stars are close, small, in one day. This is the maximum chord of like 24 hours. From here to here. You cannot be in a connection with another body beyond 24 hours with the speed of light. That's why the Bible says made in 24 hours. Because all the stars are put in 24 hours with the speed of light. That's the connection with light. And even though it was going to be a chord, but it is not in expansion. They are moving stars, they are all, and the static is a sphere, or galaxy is a sphere, with one day, with the speed of light. And the stars are small, like light bulbs, like this small, as Ivan stars. Millions of stars are smaller than the moon, and I wanted to tell you only this, okay? But you are believing that another guys are smart. But I showed you the formula. If you want to be stupid, do you believe that that's right?
There's an aspect of this I'll add here just for it turns out the expansion of the universe creates a form of a Doppler shift. It's actually it's called a relativistic Doppler shift.
Okay.
But so here's the light moving through the universe, minding its own business, and the very fabric of space and time stretches while it's moving through the universe. Mm-hmm. So that gives it a longer wavelength.
Right. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So the cosmic expansion of the universe gives everything a shift to longer wavelengths just from the expansion.
Do you believe that equation is right and it is representing, let's say this is red light and this is blue? You can pass from blue to red You must be stupid and suppose that the light is more stupid than this guitar. Because if you have a single chord like this, all the colors, infrared and ultraviolet, to suppose that the light is even more stupid than, but you cannot do this because the radio transmission, TV transmission copy even the sounds, all of sounds, or guitar, entire symphonic instruments. If you can transmit at the TV, so you can make in light a copy representation all the instruments. So what this means is that the light has the possibility all tones that the music has. So since you cannot pass from one tone in another tone in music, you cannot pass in light also. From blue tone in red tone, there are chords emitting different tonalities of chords like this. Not even this, but with the fingerprint of amp, so there is a millions types of blue, if you understand. The blue emitted like a float blue, like a piano blue, there are billions of blue, and we do not know how many can be, like a fingerprint. And the waves have a geometry in it. They are not stupid like this. They are not stupid like this. The light is not stupid. For you to understand it, like to make only like this. The light does not make like this, okay? Does not. Do you believe that this red comes like this? This is how stupid is the current day explanation. From this flower, the light makes like this. So you see, because you are tricking yourself, that is vibration, ondulation on the chord. Like, you see, you are believing that somehow it's vibrating like this and all over the place. But even at this simple fact, you cannot make a coherent geometrical equation. But if I want to put two pitches like this, free. The waves are combining themselves and they can be finer and finer and finer. So the mathematics is stupid, like a representation of the music. Like you put like do note and you have a temporal measure, like a full note.
It's totally trippy.
That's trippy.
Okay, Chuck, so just for old time's sake, here I go. You ready? The Doppler effect. There you have it.
So this is the way I make my videos. I'm saying like tea science, coffee science. I have always here a coffee more usually or a tea. Like this is a pretext for science. And I want to tell you that the stars are close, small in one day. You cannot put in a mirror only one day with the speed of light or in a telescope. The laws of light interdict that you can see farther than one day with the speed of light. So this term universe was invented to trick you. We cannot see the totality of the creation. And what we are saying, galaxies, they are not gravitational systems with suns and planets and things like this. They are clouds full of junk and matter, and there is electromagnetic field like in clouds, and they ignite them. And our galaxy is a sphere, not a spiral from ancient times. It's surrounded by clouds when it rains, and the galaxy, exactly like these small stars, are put like in the clouds because they are small objects. They do not have the dimension Earth Moon dimensions. So you heard Neil deGrasse Tyson saying that Andromeda is going blue. Where? What chord of light is going blue? This one becomes this one. You cannot pass only from here to here. You cannot pass from one chord to another one. You have a do note, a piano do note, a flute do note, a guitar do note, and many instruments, Chinese instrument and Indian instrument. They have like a fingerprint, and you cannot pass from one to another, and you are tricking yourself because some guy put the no note on like a scale, do, re, mi, and this is how they are tricking themselves. And you see that formulas that I put like this. You are believing that you are stupid. They are learning in an analytic manner, like a picture mind. Some guys have like a picture mind, and they register and they are telling you like, but it's not true, rational true. So believe me or not, this equation are stupid, and you get crazy stuff like function like you have a wave on theta angle, and how you have an angle, so you do not believe me. I'm telling you like this: how many billion years I pass from a tone to another tone? Look, a half a semitone. How many billion years? So if you are stupid, you are believing that light is simple like this, but light is more complicated than the audio stuff. So how many billions have between this tonality of red and this tonality of red? And how can you make these two fingerprint tonality of light to become blue? How? In your stupid, crazy science, the entire planet. So I'm telling you like this: we can go to the stars and we can colonize the planet now, and we can reach the star now with the rockets. And they are tricking you, and we cannot see the universe. We do not know what is beyond this black stuff they're saying that is void. Some tricks like made in 1600, this concept of void, to trick you, because there's no void, even not in our solar system. There's this radiation, any kinds of radiation, electricity and magnetic energy, electric energy, and movements of. Okay, so space has some energy in it and radiation, but are the galaxies, there's that black stuff. There's real matter like clouds, hydrogen, oxygen, and this act like you have a curtain and we cannot see beyond, and they are tricking you. This universe and billions of billions. So web cannot film only one day with the speed of light, and all this bullshit that they are putting for suckers to trick you. And they are not to be blamed, but they are tricking the entire planet. And I'm telling you that they do not have any equations.
It's totally trippy.
That's trippy.
Okay, Chuck, so just for old time's sake, here I go. You ready? The Doppler effect. There you have it.
So how many billions years are, if this is red and this is blue? You are crazy, my friends. Goodbye, God bless. The stars are close. I only open this channel to tell you this, okay? So, goodbye. Doppler is lies from 50s.